You're watching Cheery TV.
Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Stranded Deep in Conversation, where we talk about the things that I find interesting to talk about. And I thought it would be funny if I were to just be eating in the middle of this. Like if I just have a slice of pizza, or I have pistachios on my desk, and I'm gonna close now so I don't feel the urge to go with that joke and just grossly eat pistachios into the microphone. We're not doing that today, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to have a nice, long, peaceful conversation. And what's this conversation about? Let me tell you. I already told you, actually. I told you 45 seconds ago, before maybe a little close to a minute ago, before you even clicked on the video. It says it right there. Pet sitting, ladies and gentlemen. Because just the other day, just last week to the day, I was pet sitting. It was pretty cool. From Wednesday night to late evening Friday, I was over at my sister's place because they were going to Brooklyn for a couple days with their significant other, because they haven't been and they wanted to go, and so they went that way, and they needed someone to watch their animals. And my twin sister was originally just gonna be going there solo, but then luck would have it that I had the same days off, so it actually just turned out to be a really freaking easy breezy, hey, this all works out, I can go over there and help, because, if you need help. And they did need help, not necessarily because they couldn't do it, but mainly just because it's an interesting situation with their animals, because they have 2 cats and a dog. Those cats are adorable. But one of them is also an idiot, and one of them is a very defensive, nervous son of a bitch. So, against this dog who's not even 2 years old, they're basically they're dead to rights if we don't take care of them very well. Because I think they're all pretty peaceful, but just if they go too far, I don't know if either one knows how to not go too far. Because one of the cats in particular, he just sees nothing is off limits. He'll jump on everybody. If you bend down near him, he will go out of his way to run to you so he can jump on your back and just be there. And then you have to deal with that, because you're not going to be like, hey, dumb cat, get off me. It's cute. It's honestly more cute than anything else. And I have nothing bad to say about any of these animals, because they're all fantastic. They're all, I almost said delicious. They're not delicious. I didn't eat the cat. I did not eat the cat. Guys, calm down. I did not eat the cat. It's okay. No cats were eaten in the making of this story. But it was a really nice time. It was genuinely nice. It was nice to just kind of be somewhere else for a weekend. It was a very similar feeling to when we went to Brooklyn ourselves, back in July. Except we didn't have to it wasn't we didn't pay to be there, so it wasn't a weird, oh, I can't touch anything or it's gonna explode vibe. It's more oh, I don't want to touch anything because I don't want to make a mess in my sister's house, which we did clean, by the way. We didn't have to, but we were just fuck it, we're bored. This could use some vacuuming. And we cleaned. It was fun. I like cleaning. Cleaning's great as long as it's on my terms. I love cleaning. I could clean forever. I could do anything. I just hate doing nothing. That's the one thing that I hate doing. I'm here. It is currently 11:14 at night because I'm just bored and I don't want to go to bed. And I've just been watching YouTube. I'm like, what, fuck this. I want to do something. So I'm just going to record this because I'm on a kick. I'm on a kick today. Doing nothing is my least favorite thing in the world. I don't know how people can just be lazy. And I'm there, though. Not to say I'm higher or above anybody for that. I can spend an entire day just laying down. All I did today, it's Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday as of recording this. I'm recording it early, baby. It feels good. But well, not early in terms of day. It's 11:14 at night. But either way, this entire day, I played Terraria with my friend for 5 hours, and then I just sat on the couch with my cat and watched YouTube till 8 o'clock. And then, I got up at 11, played with him from 12 to close, well, 11:30, 4:30, so 5 hours. And then from then to 8, watch YouTube, and then I went out to get my sister see my sister at work and shop a little bit for some food. because I didn't have any food. The only stuff I had were these fucking pistachios, so I didn't want to make those drag out for a while, so I got some actual food. You know, like macaroni and cheese. Everyone's favorite. I love macaroni and cheese. I love that shit. But yeah, just to say, a lazy day is not a bad day. Today was pretty lazy. But I did also do the rankable, and then I'm doing this now. So I wanted to do everything today, but I didn't anticipate playing with my friend for 5 hours in the morning. But he worked late today, so he's actually still at work as of editing. Not editing. I don't fucking edit this series. Who thinks I edit this? Let's be real here. I record the audio, I play a game for however long the audio goes for, and I say, ding, fries are done. There's a bunch of nails on me. What the fuck is this? What the hell? Ew. What is... Oh, because I'm playing with... I'm fidgeting with my stupid nail clippers, and they have like a... I don't know who thought this was a good idea for nail clippers, but they have... It's like a case for them. It's like a really nice case. But as a result... If you hold it upside down, all the old nails just fall out, and they fell out on my leg, and I was fucking terrified. I thought, like, my cat, like, just shed his nails onto my fucking skin or something. I don't know what that... Okay. I don't know what that was about. Either way, we're here to talk about pet sitting. Yeah. So that's the main reason I wanted to talk about it, because we were pet sitting for my sister. But there was a time before that when I pet sat, and I don't want to forget that, so I'm going to talk about that one first. The only other time I've ever had to babysit somebody's pet, ever, as far as I can remember, was there... Oh, there was another time, though. Oh, this time... Okay, this one's terrible. This one's absolutely terrible, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So, this is a side story to the side story of the actual main story. So, here we go. We're diving in deep today. We're stranded deep in conversation. Operator, give me conversation. Okay, let's do it. I have a flip phone now. I don't use it. I just found it and I wanted it, so I took it. I didn't steal it. I didn't steal it. It was just... Well, I kind of stole it, but no, I didn't steal it. No one owns this phone. It's fine. Everything's cool. What the hell was I talking about? Yes, so there was one time where one of my friends... it wasn't even my friend. It was my older sister's friend from high school. We were in, like, high school. Duh. And they had just gotten a guinea pig. Or at some point they got a guinea pig. Because we had guinea pigs and they were like, oh my god, they're so adorable. They want one. And then they got one. And they did take good care of him. He was a really... They cared for that son of a bitch. He was a real sweet guy. Little guinea pig man named Bobby. He was awesome. He was really fucking cool. But one of the, at some point, they, stayed over for a few days, and they brought them. I don't know if they just got them on that particular day or whatever. I don't know what it was, but we just had a lot of fun with that little dude. And then we had to go to bed, and we were like, well, we don't have an extra cage, but we do have, the big playpen thing that we have for them. And this was, back in our old Brooklyn apartment. So we were like, we have this big-ass, octagon playpen that we can just have them in for the night. And then we'll just put some food and a water bottle in there, and it'll be fine. And we did that, and it seemed pretty smooth. It seemed pretty great. Just smacked that right in the middle of the living room floor. I think this was before we had cats, too, so didn't have to worry about the cats. It was honestly super breezy and super easy. It was great. All things should have gone well, except I was in that living room as well. I'm not, in the middle of it, but... I was just laying on the couch watching stuff with my ma, I think, was in the room too. We were just watching some stuff, and I eventually just passed out, and that was where I slept the night. The living room, on the couch. And I wake up the next morning to me still in the living room, still laying down, but instead of on the couch, I'm in the middle of this playpen. I'm sleeping in the playpen, but not in the playpen. The playpen kind of got moved around and opened. I fucking rolled over that playpen. That thing was not a pen anymore. It was just for play. It was just for my nighttime to play with me on the bed. It was a fucking... I woke up just what the hell? What's going on? Why am I down here? What's this case? Oh my god! And my immediate thought is, I fucking slept on him, didn't I? I rolled into the cage and I smushed him. He's dead, isn't he? And I feel up my back and shit. No, there's no guinea pig, thank God. Wait, there's no guinea pig! there's suddenly, and this is early in the morning, because I just wake up just out of nowhere. I'm like, I don't know if I just fell onto this thing. I have no idea. No one knows because everyone was asleep. And then I wake up and I'm just in a fucking panic. And then I start thinking, oh god, there's no guinea pig in here. there's no fucking guinea pig in there. Oh my god, what did I do to the guinea pig? Oh no, we gotta and then I start fucking tearing apart furniture. I start looking under things, looking over things, moving things. I was going absolutely insane. All the while also trying to be pretty careful about it, because I don't want to like smush him with something. If I'm trying to move a couch, suddenly just I don't even want to think about that. So I'm freaking out. And then this gets my mom to wake up, who's like, "What happened?" I was like, I rolled over into the guinea pig thing, and now there's no guinea pig in there." And so she's freaking out. I eventually have to start, again, everyone freaking out. I think the reason I was sleeping in the living room, though, was because we didn't have a bed at the time in there. We had a couch, and it was like a pull-out couch. So like if you took off all the pillows, there's like a huge fucking bed that came out from under it, and that's where they slept. And so they slept in there, and we're just looking around the living room, the entire living room, and we don't see them. And then we think, well, there's no doors, because we had curtains, because we didn't have doors, because our landlord was weird. I think we had doors, and then they didn't want doors, so they didn't have doors. Very odd, but yeah, it was strange. But either way, we are like, okay, the next logical step is to look into all the connected rooms. The kitchen was easy. There's nothing in the kitchen. Couldn't really hide under anything in the kitchen. And so I think one of us went to go look in the girls' room, and one of them went to look in my room, and like the guys' room. It was 3 brothers, 2 sisters. The sisters had one room, the 3 brothers had the other. So they went to look in there. But that's where they were sleeping. So we're trying to like sneakily look for this guinea pig, all the while they're sleeping in the same room, and we're just like, oh man, we're not finding him. What are we gonna do? And it hits us all at once. Well, it hits me all at once, and then I'm freaking out and telling them about it, and then my mom and everyone who was looking about it. Under like the TV stand in like the corner of our bedroom is just a giant hole in the floor. Like not like a giant hole, but like big enough hole that a guinea pig could easily just kind of drop down there and then be stuck in the floor forever. Like they would just be dead down there. Because how are we going to get you out? In what universe are we going to be able to get you out? Because we could try to like cut a hole through the thing, but if we accidentally hit you with all the debris, I mean, like you probably wouldn't survive the moment you jump down. There's probably a bunch of splinters and shit. So my main mission was then to move the hell out of that TV stand so I can like cover that hole so they couldn't possibly get in there. And this of course wakes up the other people in the room, like the friend and stuff. And then I'm like breaking down, bawling my eyes out, crying, like, "I'm sorry, I lost your pet. He's fucking, I don't know where he went. Everything's a mess and I've ruined everything. I'm so sorry." Like, I felt so bad. I was in so much just guilt, just feeling awful. I possibly there's just a lost guinea pig just around our house. And they're like, "All right, well, hold on, I'll help you find it." And not even kidding, the moment they get up, they look under their bed, like the pull-out bed, and there they were. They were just sitting under there, just like underneath where they were sleeping, just sitting there, perfectly fine. Not a bother in the world. They didn't care. I don't know if I just didn't see them there, or they just got there, and they're like, "All right, well, I guess jig's up. Mom's awake. Can't really, or Dad's awake. Can't really fucking, think about this now." And so, yeah, that was, and then, they moved the bed, we picked them up, we scooped them, everything was fine, they weren't hurt at all. Just, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I spent that whole day apologizing to them up and down and making sure that son of a bitch was okay. I felt terrible. It was absolutely freaking terrible. But they were cool about it. They thought it was kind of funny more than anything else, because obviously nothing bad happened, and they found them the moment they woke up. So, like, yeah, they obviously they weren't awake enough to give a shit, I guess, or, like, feel, like, super worried about it, So that's fair, I guess. But yeah, just an absolutely fucking terrifying pet sitting experience. And I didn't even really have to watch this one. I was just in the same room. I just happened to be like a fucking boulder slamming down on this guinea pig existence. And they're like, "Oh, thank God I didn't hit him. Thank goodness I just opened the floodgate for them to just go out and explore." That's the most any of our guinea pigs probably ever got to explore. We did have a guinea pig named Gabe who just loved to jump off of furniture. And he was fine. Like, he never got hurt. I don't understand how he did that. Dude had fucking iron bones and learned that and took that to full advantage. But, that's the furthest I've ever gotten. Like, that dude knew how to jump, too. That fucker, like, we put him in like one of those really large fucking Tupperware, like, not Tupperware, but like plastic bin. He'd leap right out of it. Like, dude did not, it was crazy. He was an Olympic fucking athlete. But this guy in particular was just practically like a baby guinea pig, just left to roam alone and scared, probably terrified. I felt so bad. God. What the hell? Oh. Jesus, the mouse. I thought Soup was just pissing on my floor. I just heard like a rattle, and in my head the rattle was like the how like when pee hits the ground or like the thing and there's like a sizzle thing. I thought he was just pissing on the floor. Okay, it's fine. Soup's just playing with a mouse. That's cute, buddy. It's very cute. Okay. Jesus Christ. But yeah, you're probably gonna hear that for the next couple minutes. But this goes now into our second story because this is again that wasn't actually a pet sitting story. This time it was a pet sitting story because my aunt, for like a week or something or a few days, I don't remember, it was a weekend, I don't know. They went out somewhere and they didn't bring their dog. They had a little pug named Pork Chop, and this dude was the cutest, dumbest son of a bitch the world has ever seen. He was an awesome man. He did pass away a few years ago now. I feel so terrible because I didn't do it. I didn't cause it. No one caused it. He just died of natural causes. He was an old son of a bitch. He's awesome. But also he's a pug, so I'm sure there's like a small % chance that the universe was just begging us to get away from pugs. It's probably the most miserable life out of every animal out there. Just, I'm not saying like I feel like he had a better life than like a slaughter cow, but like I'm just saying like if you had every animal in a room to live their entire natural life at once, the pug's probably having the worst day. Like, just let's be real. Unless you count like a two-headed turtle or something, but I don't. That's not supposed to happen, I'm talking average animal. Take the peak pug and the peak like freaking miniature horse. Like that miniature horse is gonna live his life. That pug is just it's like a fucking pig. Is that why they call him a pug? Because like a pig, but like ugh. What the fuck's ugh for? I don't know. Breeding animals confuses me. But either way, he was a really cool dude, and we had him for at least a weekend. And we didn't have like a proper place to put him, so our parents' genius idea was to put him on. This is gonna our Brooklyn apartment. We had a balcony, a really shitty balcony, with pretty high walls. Like the wall basically covered like up to our like when we were kids we could barely even see over it. It was a very high wall, so it was pretty good. We just put him out there. And he was just a tiny ass pug and he was still old at the time, so he wasn't jumping on anything. Dude just basically lived on our balcony. We used to call it a porch all the time. I still do. I don't know why I never thought to call it a balcony, but it was a balcony. So he lived on that balcony for at least a couple days, and he basically just lived there. Like that's it. That's really the whole story. We never really took him out of there unless it was just like to play with him or like to take him on a walk. But most of the time he was just chilling outside, and I think maybe one of us was out there with him most of the time, but it wasn't me, so I can't tell you much about it. It was just a really weird experience. The dude was just there, and he peed a lot out there. But I guess we took him on walks. He just he wasn't one to walk. We kind of had to walk him. Like, he wasn't walking us. Like, whenever you take a dog for a walk, there's a chance that, like, they'll take the lead. Like, I feel like that's how most dogs are, at least in movies and stuff. Because I've only ever walked 2 dogs. This was one of them. I always imagine a dog would, like, go fucking crazy. They love walking. They go so excited. Even he got excited to go on a walk. But then when you get him on a walk, he was just like a dead horse. Like, it's just, you have to drag him, basically. But friggin' most dogs, I imagine, would just be super excited and crazy to go out there. And I'll tell you about the one next, this next story. But he was a really just lazy dog. He was such a cute son of a bitch. I love him to death. But he just didn't do. So it wasn't really like babysitting a pet. It was like babysitting a stuffed animal. Like, it was very, very docile man. He was really cute. I love that guy. And that was a really good weekend. It was just having a dog. Because that was basically our first ever experience owning a pet. And we left him outside, and he stayed there. Cause also, like, I think they didn't really they let him go outside, but also I don't think they did it often enough because also it's like newspapers in their room where they would just let the dog piss and shit on. And it's like, why not just take him outside? Like I don't know. I don't know how dogs work very well. I've only ever been around and babysat 2 dogs before, and one of them was just last week. So really, I only ever had to deal with 1 dog. I have seen other dogs. I had friends with dogs. I have a friend who's a German Shepherd, and every time we'd go over there, like play Smash Bros or whatever, because whenever we would go over there with him in there, her name was Grace. They will immediately jump up and whack you right in the nuts. I don't know if that's just a big dog thing, because I've heard all about big dogs just whacking their owners in the nuts. But they seem to love whacking people in the nuts because goddamn every time. And eventually, I was able to like dodge it. But one of our other friends, dude, got whacked every single time. He'd come over and be terrified because he wouldn't know what to do. He, like the moment that dog comes out, he just gets stunned, and Grace just whams the power of 1,000 fucking suns into his nuts. It was hilarious every time for us, anyway. It was very funny for us, not so funny for them. But God. But yeah, that dog, Porkchop was his name. He was just such a dude. Just such a gamer. I don't have like any real memories of Porkchop though. He was always just kind of like in the background, just sitting there being stupid and cute, like just looking dumb. Like he's just awesome. Everyone loved to just gather around Porkchop and just watch him, just pet him, just stare at him. That was a good hobby. Well, the one actual memory I have of him was when I was pretty young, and he was still like not super old, but like still kind of like. He had some energy to him at least. It was Easter, and I just got this really cool like bunny from like our Easter hunts because we had the coolest fucking Easter hunts. We would do Easter, we would like have Easter, and like all the Easter egg hunts and stuff. And we'd get like eggs, and instead of there being stuff in the eggs, sometimes there'd be years where there was like money in the eggs, but those sucked in comparison to these days where like we would go there, and we'd do the Easter egg hunt. We'd hunt all our eggs. Whoever had the most eggs, and like however many eggs you had, whoever had the most got to go first. And then however many eggs you found, there was an entire table of toys and trinkets and shit. And they would just go one at a time. All right, everyone, round robin. You know, you got the most eggs. You go first. You got how many? 7 eggs. Okay, you take 1. You go up to 7 as you go around, and everybody got at least a few. I sometimes I don't know. Some people get like 2. But they'd get some pretty cool shit anyway. Because, yeah, again, everyone would get at least 1 first grab, and then everyone got a second grab and a third grab, all in a line. So it wasn't like one person who got 8 gets to take the best 8 toys. Like, everyone got a fair shake at getting some cool stuff. And it was really fucking cool. Like, if I'm ever doing Easter for, like, if I ever have kids, or if my siblings have kids, and we're doing an Easter at my house or whatever, we're doing that. Because that's the fucking way to go. That was so much fun. That made it's like who cares? There's like a little candy, or there's like a little like a dime in there. You know, like, who the fuck gives a shit? Like really, and it sucks because I was always fucking sick on Easter. Like there was 2 Easters in a row where I didn't go. I really wanted to go, but I didn't go because I was so unbelievably ill, and they were too afraid of that passing to my grandma who was there because that was her house where we did it. And she was old and we went to the hospital a lot of times because old people problems. But yeah, so they want to risk it, so which is fair, which is very fair. So yeah, there was 2 years, but I just didn't get to go. And one of those years, I was like, "Can you at least bring the dog? Can you bring Porkchop?" And then they brought Porkchop, and it was cool. I got to say hi to him. It was awesome. Yeah, just those were some good ass Easters, and that was a good ass dog, Porkchop. I hope you're out there, up there. Wherever, down there even, I don't care. As long as you're having a good time, I don't care. I don't care how you're living, man. You just enjoy yourself wherever you are. And this brings us to the final and main topic of today, which is the pet sitting that I just did. So as I told you, I already gave some preamble to this, but I and my twin sister, we were babysitting our sister's pets for a couple days, and this is the most pet sitting that I've done because I actually had to kind of take care of these animals, and this whole thing started on like Wednesday morning because my older sister left for Brooklyn like early Wednesday, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, which isn't early. It's just early morning. It's really just morning. It's just morning Wednesday morning. That's how you say that. But yeah, they left, and my twin sister was there. I had to work the entire day that day, so I wasn't there until like later. And everything went smoothly enough. But at the time, we didn't know if I was really going to be able to go over there. So as a side option, because they didn't really like, they were fine with handling the cats, but that dog has so much energy. It made my sister very, very anxious about, taking care of it and like walking it and stuff. Like feeding him's fine, sitting around with him's fine, playing with him is okay. But just taking him on walks, especially because we heard a horror story with them where one time he got off the leash and they had to look around for an hour trying to find the dog, the poor doggy man. His name's Phobos. I'll talk about him. His name's Phobos, and he just was gone for like an hour, and they eventually found him, I think, near like train tracks or something. Just hoping to God that they were following the right trail, and they were. Thank goodness. So yeah, and that was like late night too. That was like middle of the night. Like he got off the thing, and I was like, oh fuck, and they had to like tiredly run after this dog, and then find him on a train and just grab him and walk him home. We didn't want that to happen while we were taking care of him. So, like my sister was afraid of it. Like my twin sister was afraid of really walking him. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to go out there. And even if I did, I was like, I don't really know if I trust myself. I never really walked a dog that's like actually excitable. So they had planned for her significant other's mother to come over twice a day and walk the dog. And they were supposed to do that at like, I think like the one time was like 12 o'clock and one time it was like 7 o'clock. But they walked him before they left, so they didn't need to do the 12 o'clock one, so the mom was going to be there around like 7 o'clock. And I get to that apartment at like 10 o'clock. Not 10 o'clock, 10:30. 10:30 at night, because I get out at 10, but I call the car early enough. It's like half an hour away from where I worked, so I was like, okay, I'll be there like 10:30. Like 10:30 rolls around, I get in there, and I say hi to the dogs. I've seen the dog before. I've been over there. We go over there like every week just to like hang out on Friday. That's what our Fridays are. And it was a really good time, really fun time as always. But what am I saying? It's a fun time on those days, and every time I go, I get to say hi to Phobos, the cool little dude. He loves playing. He's really cool. He's a really nice dog, really fucking excitable, happy, charming fella, and I love him. He's awesome. And I'm given the notice that the mom has yet to come and walk the dog, and they're supposed to be walked like almost 4 hours ago. As of me getting there, and that's like, oh, that's not very good. So we're like, I'm gonna settle in, and if they don't come to walk them by like 11:30, I guess it's up to me, because they were both gonna go out, but I would like hold them and walk them while they just trailed behind and made sure I didn't get lost with them. So we're just hanging out, just being chill, just talking about how the day's been going. I got to see the cats. Cats are always cool. This is the family with the hairless cat and the ginger cat, who I named Scrot, like the scrotum for the hairless one, if that's not obvious, and Wendiferous, or pretty lady, or just all the nicknames, because I can't just have a cat with a name. I can't have, I don't know what it is. I call the dog by their name because that's how they listen. But with cats, they don't really listen to you. They just hear you. Like Soup's sitting there, right there. I just said his name. Well, not his real name, but I call him Soup. And he doesn't fucking care. He just has his head staring into my couch. He doesn't fucking give a shit. He doesn't know what I'm saying. He just knows I'm talking. Maybe. I don't even know if he knows I'm making these noises. I have no idea how to tell. It's kind of crazy. I don't understand how that works. But dogs, they have to hear you, so I call him Phobos, no problem. Which is weird. I don't know if that's just like an instinctual thing for me, because I don't think to give him a nickname. I care to give these guys a nickname. Well, no, that's not true. I call him like the Fobster Lobster, because that's just fun. I just like nicknames for people more than anything, which is weird, because with people I don't give nicknames. Like, but then I do. It's really strange. Like, I don't really... I've never once given a nickname, like, intentionally. It always just kind of rolls out of my mouth while I'm talking to or about something or someone, and then it just sticks forever. So it's like, I don't know. It's very strange. But yeah, so we wait and we wait and we wait, and they don't come. And like, okay, I guess it's time to actually walk this dog, because they gotta do their thing, you know, they gotta piss and shit and stuff, and they haven't done that like all day. So let's figure this out. And I get their little leash on there. I make sure it's on there like 4 times over. And at first I'm thinking this is the fucking, like, what the hell is this leash? 'Cause it's just like a green, like, elastic band thing, like that you would like wrap your laundry in, like, and then it's like attached to like a little like hook where like you push on the thing and it opens the latch. Very strange. It's like some shit out of like a. It's like I thought it was literally like a laundry hook thing that they used, but apparently upon further inspection of other leashes, because I was genuinely like, we need to get them a new leash. This is just miserable. That's apparently just how leashes are, and I was like, oh, all right then, good. I guess they have the up-to-date stuff. So it was just really weird handling a leash for the first time in like a decade. And you know, I put it on. He had like a little harness thing that I attached to, so it was really easy. Just did that, and I opened the door, and this son of a bitch is like, "Alright, bet," and he fucking runs. Keep in mind at this point, I did not bring poop bags. My sister did, but I did not have them. And this dog, I don't know if it's just because he hasn't been out all day, or he just doesn't really. He only goes out like twice a day, so I don't know if he just has a lot of pent up energy. This dog has a lot of energy. None of it's very pent up, so I don't know where it really comes from. I guess it's just who he is as a dog. The moment we get down the stairs, this son of a bitch runs for minutes on end, and I'm like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I'm just fucking running with this dog, and it's just so much fun. I genuinely had not had that much fun just running in ever. And if I just try to run for my own sake, or if like I'm like, I'll run, I'll jog a little to work, you know, to be a little more healthy about it, it's miserable. My lungs, my body sucks. So it's just like, it's miserable. But for whatever reason, running with that dog in the middle of the night was like the most fucking invigorating thing I've ever felt. I could do that for hours. I swear. But we run for a while. He starts like sniffing the ground. I'm like, where are we going? We're going. Run some more, run some more. Eventually he stops. And he like bends down to the ground to what I assume is a shit. So he takes a shit, and I'm like, I don't have the bag. And okay, so hopefully they find us, because they're not running. My sister is not running after us. They're walking in the direction that they think I ran in, which they ultimately did not go the right way. So they had to call me, which I didn't even know until later, until I looked at my phone. But so I'm like waiting, you know, for them to finish pooping, and they stop. And then they just start fucking running again the moment they're done. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, I guess we're doing this. So I'm like, okay. I had a general idea of where we were. So I was like, alright, cool, I'll remember this. And then I'll pick it up later. And we run. Eventually we run to like the corner. This son of a bitch, I don't know if this is with all dogs. Do all dogs just like to run into the road? Like, just for no reason? Like, there weren't any cars on the road. There weren't any people on the road. But the dog he just wanted to run directly into the road every time. He would run in the grass for a second. He's like, okay, this grass leads to road. Let's go to the road. And he just fucking did that. Every single, like, I had to keep like holding. I never let him in the road. Let that be clear. I never let him in the road. But his direction was always pointed at the road. And eventually we wind up at the corner of like their apartment complex, and this is where he takes another shit. So I'm like, what? 2 shits? Dude gotta poop. But I never see him pee because, you know, dogs do the whole lift a leg near a tree or a fire hydrant thing and piss. So I'm like, okay, he hasn't pissed yet, but he shit twice. That's crazy. At this point, my sister catches up with us. They eventually find us. And, you know, poop acquired. And then I'm like, there was still another poop over that way. But too bad, we're running some more. We run some more. And eventually it gets to the point where we're like, alright, you've pooped twice. I've walked you near like 8 trees. You didn't want to pee. Maybe you just don't need to pee or something. I don't know. And eventually we walked around enough. And I don't know if this dog has like GPS inside of his brain or something. But he both knows exactly where home is. Because by the time we walk near the home, he like immediately autopilots back up the stairs. But to get him there is such a fucking pain in the ass. This guy, like, he's got his own path, and he wants to follow it, which is fair. I try to let him follow it a lot, but also with my sister being there, they're really anxious about the whole situation anyway. Didn't really want to push that, so I didn't much. But it was still fun. It was a very fun walk. Such a fun walk. And then it was nighttime. It was like midnight, so we instead of going to bed, we let the dog back in the house. We leave to go to Wawa and get some food because I haven't eaten all day. They haven't eaten all day, and then we just sit down, watch some fucking Family Guy, and hit the hay. And they slept in the sister's room with the cat because again they're not allowed. I don't think I say again as if I mentioned this. They don't intermingle much. Like they try to like introduce them like bit by bit, but they're not exactly the the dynamic trio that you'd hope for when you're trying to introduce your animals. So yeah, the cats are in their room. The dog is in living room. They ball, and they're cool. Cool stuff. So they went in there with the cats. I stayed outside, slept with Phobos. Not like that. Not like that. Just slept with him around. Eventually, they did jump onto the couch and we didn't snuggle, but he kind of just sat next to me and was just looking at me. I'm like, hello, Phobos. Fall asleep, wake up. Next day rolls around. All right, cool. What are we gonna do today? Go to some stores? Cool. Before that, we gotta walk the dog. We walked the dog. It still runs around a little bit, but ultimately it was literally just a piss of shit and then a back upstairs. But the main thing that comes from this morning walk is a discovery. The last time we walked him last night, I thought he had taken two shits. Because both times he wiggled his ass down to the ground, kind of low enough, and then he just kind of let loose and then wiggled his ass back up and ran some more. Apparently, I don't know where this dog learned how to piss, but he's fucking pissing. He fucking Mission Impossible hanging from the ceiling, body completely sprawled out and doo-doo-doo. He's pissing like that. He's pissing with his legs squatted down. He's not lifting a leg. He's got both of his legs he's doing a half push up. He's holding a plank or something, and he's just pissing onto the ground. He doesn't put a leg up at all. He puts both legs down. He just fucking he's about to thrust the fucking ground, but he's pissing on it instead, which confused the shit out of me. But I thought that was also pretty fucking hilarious. So I see him doing this in the light now, so I can actually tell he's taking a piss and not a shit. I'm like, oh okay. So there is no other shit to look for because I couldn't find it. I tried my best last night, couldn't find it. I was like, I'll find it in the morning when it's brighter out. Didn't because there wasn't one. So good, very nice. He did his thing. And that was pretty much that. Very, very easy walk. Very easy morning walk. He pissed, he shit, he ran around a little bit, walked upstairs, had a good time. And then we went to a few stores, got some stuff. Nothing too crazy. Honestly, it was a pretty big letdown compared to what I was hoping it would be. It was I talked about this, I think, either to my friends or on the live stream of Streets of Rogue. Or was it something? I was talking to somebody about this. Friggin' strip malls are so terrible now. Strip mall, this is a strip mall, and it only had discount stores. It had a Ollie's Bargains thing. It had a Dollar Tree. It had a Burlington, which I always thought Burlington was the fucking fancy frou-frou coat factory, but apparently now it just turned into a Marshall's. And another store that was kind of like a Marshall's that I can't remember the name of. So there was basically just four. Well, which I usually like to browse these types of stores, but all of them were so similar, but also so different, but also so similar in the most boring fucking way. There was nothing interesting in any of these stores. It was genuinely sad. And the Dollar Tree, I usually like to go to the Dollar Tree and just get a bunch of cheap food, cheap stuff. It was nice. They had nothing. Their freezers were empty. All their shit was just bare bones. It was terrible. Terrible Dollar Tree. Terrible everything in that fucking shopping center. It was the worst. It was probably one of the worst experiences shopping I've ever had. But it was fine, nothing too special. Just a weird day. We go back home. We watched some stuff. We ate some macaroni and cheese, which my sister made, and it was fucking good. It was one of those Walmart eggs, cheddar, and bacon things. So good. So damn delicious. Holy shit, that was tasty. I love that stuff. They did not. They keep getting pasta things like mac and cheese and other pasta things. Hamburger helper. I can't think of a single other pasta thing. But they keep getting pasta thinking they're going to eat the pasta, and they realize, oh yeah, I hate pasta. The only person I know in the world that hates pasta, but they don't like it, and that's fair. Just means more for me. So, yeah, there's delicious macaroni, and then take. I think that was the day we started cleaning. So we cleaned up the living room. We put the dog in their little like crate thingy and put a blanket over him so they wouldn't be like, it's okay, there's no vacuum. You don't hear the vacuum. You don't hear the very obvious vacuum noises. Loud ass vacuum, by the way. But very, very fucking useful and powerful and working vacuum. I've never seen a vacuum work so damn well in my entire life. I swear to God. That was a good vacuum. And yes, I bought them that vacuum, so I'm glad it works. Glad it works. Got it at Walmart for like not even like $80. It was good value. Good vacuum. Had like a pet brush on it. It was very helpful, but very loud. I think it was like fucking, like those like that toy like you blow into it and it goes like like that. Sorry, Soup. I didn't mean to alert you, but yeah, like it's just like a weird fucking like just loud noise. It sounded like that, but like a constant at like that peak. It was just really loud. But yeah, we do that. We clean up, and then while he's still in the cage, we clean up our sister's room, which also means we open the door and let them like roam around, because they're allowed to roam around the living room and stuff as long as we like put the dog in the cage and put a blanket over it so they don't start like barking and meowing at each other. So everything was cool. They were having a good time out there. Well, sort of. One of them, the scrotum, loves to just walk around. He was walking around like crazy. He was going everywhere, exploring every nook and cranny, hoping there's some food on the floor probably. And ultimately, by the end of him being out there, he just plopped himself behind their PlayStation 4, and he sat there and did not move. He did not want to move at all until they were done cleaning. They opened the door for the bedroom again, and he went inside, which is the first time I've ever seen him be tired of being outside of that room. Normally, he's constantly just running around and, like, grabbing onto people and shit. Their other one, Miss Wendiferous, they are kind of shy going out there. So they start walking in, they sit down, they move to another spot, they sit down, they go into like a little cat house thing they have there, they sit down, and actually I go to pet them, and they're the cutest son of a bitch. To pet this cat is one of the best damn things you can do with your entire life, because they will like rub into your hand while you're petting them, which most cats do, but this bitch takes it to a whole new level, and they like flop over onto your arm while you're petting them with the hand. Like they'll just I don't understand why I do it. They basically just like fucking roll over like a dog, but onto your arm. They're just so sweet. They love attention. One of them's very food driven. One of them's very attention driven, and it's just really adorable. It's really fucking cute. Bunch of cutie patooties those guys are. But we let them back in the room, yada yada. And this is Thursday, so we walk the dog again. It's a very similar experience to the night one, where he just kind of wanted to run for a while. Not as cooperative with me, but is what it is. And yeah, we do some extra like night stuff, and then I go sleep with the cats, and they stay in the living room to sleep with Phobos. Again, not that way. And it was pretty chilling with those dudes. They're very nice. They're very sweet. One of them just kept walking on me. The scrotum kept walking on me while Wendiferous just tried to kind of lay and be pet. It was very nice. Just watched some more Family Guy. Because I wanted to watch South Park. I was really hoping they said, I was told they had Paramount Plus, so I was going to watch their like South Park specials, but they weren't signed into it, and I wasn't about to text them in the middle of the night while they're on vacation, basically, and say, hey, what's your Paramount account? I wasn't going to do that, so I was like, I'll just watch some more Family Guy. Hit the hay, wake up, it's Friday, sister has a place to go, so I'm in charge of walking the dog on my own. And let me tell you, that was fun. It was a morning excursion. It was very, very fun. I had a good time. It was a little more chaotic because they weren't there to sort of be like, all right, maybe we should stop going crazy. I was like, oh, I want to go crazy this dude. Again, this was the most fun thing I think this is the highlight of that entire weekend, just walking that dog. It was so much fun because he was so just active and running around like a maniac, and it was so much fun. I don't know what it is. I've never had fun running around. I've not had fun in years running around like that. But that dog made it fun. It was awesome. That dog has such good energy. He always wants to play, and when he doesn't want to play, he just wants to sit there next to you. But it's weird because he will constantly flop in between both of those like states of being. It's very confusing, but very cute and very fun, and I have a very, very good time with that dog, and I love him to death. That was the day that my sister and the other came back. The other, their significant other came back, and they just came back. We chilled at the old house, talked for a while, had a good time, and we said our farewells. Yada yada. End of story. Overall, a very much more positive experience with pet sitting. I also had to feed the cats, and this is I think the first time I've ever fed a cat. I've not fed our cats. I've not fed our. I've not. I just. I'm very. I don't know what it is. In my head, I don't want to be the one that's associated with feeding them. So if I walk into the kitchen, I don't want them to be like, "Oh, that's the guy who feeds us. It's probably feeding time." I want them to be like, "Oh, that's the guy who will pet me, and I'm gonna get pets instead." Because I don't want to deal with feeding them. I will if I have to, but I don't want to. If there's any chance I don't have to, taking that chance. So yeah, that's just how it is. So that's the first time I really fed them, and they're on a very specific way of being fed. One of them has a bowl thing. One of them has like a slow feeder thing. You gotta put some water in their food because they don't drink a lot of water. And honestly, they're just a bunch of messes, but they're adorable messes. So we love them for it. They're awesome. You know who you are, older sister, if you're watching this or listening to this. They're cool. They're cool cats. Don't. I didn't say otherwise. But yeah, really fun time. Had a really good time, and go home, get to see our cats. They're going crazy. The last time we went out for the Brooklyn trip, it took Soup a few weeks to kind of get back into the regime of running into my room and sitting on me the entire night and just being cute. He would kind of slowly walk his way in, basically to reintroduce himself to my room and who I was as a person. This time he was like, "Oh, okay, he's back, yay!" And right back to normal immediately. It was awesome. Thank goodness. I was so worried that he would be kind of confused again, but he wasn't. He's just as sweet and lovely and adorable and stupid as he always is, and that's awesome. So, yeah, I'm basically a master pet sitter now. I can walk your dog. $8 an hour, please. God, I'm 10 years old. I feel like I would have made a killer at the dog walking business when I was a kid. I could have done that forever. But I didn't. So, but now I could. There's really nothing saying I can't. Honestly, it would probably be a lot more trustworthy. I wouldn't trust a kid to walk my dog. Even if they have a dog and they walk their dog, they don't know how to walk my dog. I would want either just me to do it or a trusting adult to do it. Because if the kid loses my dog, I can't get mad at them and potentially sue them. If the adult loses my dog, there's a lot of financial and mental consequences. Because whenever an adult does something wrong, it's, "Oh, fuck. What have I done? Oh my god, I'm such a monster. I feel terrible. What have I done? Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, I feel terrible for this person, yada yada, whoever I impacted." If a kid does something stupid or something wrong, it's always, "Oh god, how do I hide this? Oh, I'm going to get in so much trouble. Oh no, what's going to happen to me? Oh man, oh," it's so about them. So it's if I'm trusting someone with my dog, I want it to be someone who cares about how I feel about the dog and not how they'll feel about getting in trouble if they lose the dog, That's a complete side tangent. That didn't need to come into this episode, but here we are talking about it anyway. So yeah, that was my pet sitting stories. Those were my pet sitting stories. Sorry, you grammar Nazis out there. Hail umlauts and something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying. I don't know what I'm fucking saying. It's late. I'm tired. I'm gonna go brush my teeth and hit the hay. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Stranded Deep in Conversation. If you have any crazy pet sitting stories, let me know them in the comments or anywhere. You can tune in live and tell me about them. I ain't one to complain. I like talking to people. I'll be live Saturday. That's tomorrow when you're watching this. We're playing Sherlock Holmes. It'll be fun. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I played that game once when I first got it for free on Epic, and I loved it. But I never played it again since. So we'll have to see. That was years ago. So that'll be fun. Either way, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.